Woo! What is going on, yo? Welcome back to yet another video. It is your boy RickyMoto, and today we are going to be doing a video on my daily driver right over here. This is a 2019 Mercedes-Benz A220 4MATIC. And so to end this video today, I wanted to do a quick review and a mod breakdown and overall just my thoughts and my story about this car. Now before we get into this video, make sure to drop a like and a comment below for the algorithm. If you are new to this channel, I make automotive content with motorcycles and cars, so if you guys like that stuff, if you are an enthusiast, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as turn on the post notifications to see when I upload. We are still running the giveaway for $100 cash in celebration of the new brand launch Cliche Built, which is my automotive lifestyle brand. The deadline is on March 31st. All you have to do is go to the website at clichebuilt.com and sign up for the newsletter. So as you can see right off the bat, everything is just straight up blacked out. There is not a single dot of color besides the license plate back here. You know, even the taillights, everything is just straight black. And that is exactly the theme that I was going for. I just wanted a super stealth, low-key car as my daily. Let's start off with the front over here. This grille, I basically plasti dipped black. I used Super Wrap, which is a company that pretty much makes a better version of plasti dip, but unfortunately I think they went bankrupt, so you can't really get their products anymore. And I also blacked out the main emblem up front. It just makes the overall front end so much more aggressive and clean. They do sell an aftermarket grille that has like the AMG style where it's kind of like a vertical slit kind of thing, which is something that I kind of wanted to get, but then I never really got around to it. This is the non-AMG, so it's fully stock. You know, this is the OEM bumper. Originally I had a lot of plans for this build where I wanted to, you know, put an AMG bumper on here, do a full AMG swap, get the AMG grille with the slits. But you know, there's a couple of reasons why I decided to stop building this car out, and I'm gonna get into that later on in this video. Also check out my custom plate. Oh yeah. Originally I did have a full dark smoke headlight tint on here, but I had to get it removed just because I literally just cannot see at night. It makes the headlights so dark, and since I have tinted windows, it doesn't help at all at night. I just cannot see a thing. The wheels, these are the OEM stock wheels. These are 17 inches and a pretty high profile tire, which is, I mean, what you would expect from a stock wheel. These are Pirelli tires, Cinturato P7 all seasons. They're not amazing, but you know, they do the trick. The size is a 205 55 17. I drove about 10,000 miles on this car within the past few months, and the tread looks honestly like brand new. There's no damage on it. In terms of the wheels itself, I use the same sort of plasti dip type of material, Super Wrap, to spray it black. It does start to peel like that over here, you know, just from rocks and debris kicking up. This used to be chrome, but I did a chrome delete using some vinyl wrap. Now in terms of the window tint, I have 5% all around. This is 35%. I think it just adds to the design of the car in terms of going all blacked out. And also I like my privacy because I do sleep in my car in between my work breaks and whatnot. Now moving on to the rear, I have my taillights on a full dark smoke tint. It kind of blends all the lines together, so it's really stealthy. I did do a emblem delete everywhere, so there's no, you know, symbols for the models, even the logo in the middle. Of course, we have the double plate design, which is my classic move that I always do. And then the reflectors down here, I wrapped in some leftover carbon fiber vinyl, along with this trim down here, which used to be chrome. The exhaust tips used to also be chrome, and I just sprayed it with black spray paint. Oh, and I almost forgot, this over here is a carbon fiber spoiler. It's a very high kick spoiler that I got off of eBay. And yes, it is real carbon fiber. It just makes everything look a lot sharper and clean. In terms of the trunk space, it's pretty decent. You are able to fit, you know, about 2 to 3 big luggages in here. And underneath, there's another compartment for any tools and just accessories and whatnot. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo, you know, very basic car. And it outputs 188 horsepower, which doesn't really sound like much, but because of how light this car is, it makes it very torquey and actually kind of quick, or at least feel kind of quick. This battery cover is broken, and I got the car like that. I did have to replace the battery in here because the OEM battery actually died on me. That was about 200 bucks, but once the new battery went in, everything is good as new. Now talking a little bit about the numbers, I paid $25K out the door for the car, which is honestly a steal. This is a 2019 model. It's low mileage. It just came off a lease with one owner. It had 30,000 miles on a dash. All the service records were clean, and the dealership was originally asking for 32K out the door, which is honestly pretty normal because that's how much this car goes for and that's how much it was worth at the time for the mileage. But the reason why I was able to get it down all the way to only 25 out the door, including all the taxes and everything, is because there was some body damage on the car. Now the Carfax itself showed no accidents on record, and when I first saw the car at the dealership, it was clean. It had no accidents and it was no dents, no scratches, nothing. One of the workers, one of the transporters who was parking the car actually crashed the car in front of me as they were parking. I don't know how they did it because I didn't really see it happen. I just heard some banging noises, and once I looked at the car, I noticed they completely messed the car up. On the driver's side fender on the front, there was a major dent imprinted right over there. I did pop it out so it's not as noticeable anymore. This whole bumper in the back used to have a huge hole right over here. Massive, massive hole. I filled it in with body filler, you know, sanded it down and just resprayed it with some black spray paint. It got the job done. It's not perfect if you look up close, but it definitely hides a lot of the damage. I didn't get any of the work done at any shop. I just wanted to, you know, be cheap with this car and just do a lot of DIYs with it. And you know, it looks pretty good. You can't really tell that this car has been in an accident, and even on the Carfax still, there's nothing reported. So it's technically, you know, a clean title, no accident on record car, which really helps retain the value. And that's important for later on in this video when I talk about my plans with the car. Now, real quick, going into the interior, I didn't do too much in here. I did have custom floor mats, which I got rid of. But in terms of the inside, everything is pretty much fully stock. The only thing I did in here is just put on these Temu red circles, literally from Temu. It's just like 3M on the back, and it just enhances the look of the car. I was going for a black and red theme. Same thing with the red paddle shifters over here. Now in this video, I'm not going to be doing any driving, but I will be filming a driving video right after this. So if you guys want to stay tuned and know more about how this car is to drive and what it feels like, then stay tuned for that video. But in this video, I wanted to just talk briefly about my experience and review on this car, what my thoughts are, how it has served me as a daily driver. Now, I gotta say, the first thing that really stood out to me about this car, and the reason why I even bought it in the first place, was mainly the design. You know, there's a lot of cool tech. There's a big screen, it's very modern, and it comes with interior RGB lighting integrated into the car. I was pretty blown away that a car for this price can get you this kind of luxurious feeling. I don't think any other car out there with the same price point, at least with the used market, can compete with the type of interior that this car offers. I'm not gonna say that the interior of this car is super high quality. Everything does seem a little plasticky, but in terms of just the buttons and everything, they do feel very tactile and solid. There's a lot of cool features in this car, like CarPlay, navigation, like a built-in navigation with AI. It has voice commands, so there's actually a sunroof up here, and if I just tell the car like open the sunroof, it'll literally just open up automatically. So there's a lot of cool features in this car that I really like. And with my goal looking for a daily, I wanted something that was practical, that is not too expensive to maintain or own. This car is actually pretty fuel efficient, surprisingly. I didn't know that. I average around 27 miles per gallon mixed with city and highway. Typically on a highway, if I'm going on a long drive, I can get up to like 35, 40 miles per gallon, which is pretty nuts. And I can get close to 400 miles of range, which is pretty gnarly. So, you know, it ticked the box for the reliability aspect, the efficiency aspect. So it served really well as, you know, what I was looking for. I just wanted something efficient, something that's, you know, can get the job done. And in terms of performance, it really blew me away because on paper, it has 188 horsepower, which is not really good, you know, in terms of numbers wise, but the car is actually very torquey. And I don't know if that's because I've made some modifications to it. Something I forgot to mention earlier is that I do have a straight pipe exhaust on here, and it's custom made. So there is a bit of an exhaust note to it, which I do like, and the exhaust does actually sound pretty decent. It's not loud, but the tone is very grunty and a lot of burbles. Naturally, it's not tuned. So that kind of took off a little bit of weight. So maybe the lightness of that and just the overall car being more on the lighter side makes it feel very torquey and kind of quick, especially in sports mode. It's very touchy, and I like that. I think this car is very underrated, you know, for the price. Nowadays, the used car market, everything is like over 25, 30K, you know, even like a crusty Honda. And this is a fully base model car too. It's not like there was upgraded packages or anything. There was a lot of lashback when this car came out though, because a lot of people were like, oh, this is a fake Mercedes. It's like very base, very like broke edition. But even though it's a base model, even though it's like the lowest trim, comparing this car to its other brand competitors, it's no competition. So my overall thoughts, I think this car has been quite solid. I do have my, you know, pros and cons and some gripes that I don't like about it, which I'll make another video on. But yeah, I put close to 10,000 miles on this car over the past year, and I haven't had any issues whatsoever. You know, nothing broke on here besides the battery went out, but you know, it was just by age. And I've taken this car on many road trips upstate to New Jersey and whatnot. I've even tried doing Uber Eats in this car a couple times where I'm driving 200 miles a day on this thing. This little thing can really, you know, push its paces, and it's really cool how you can kind of push this thing to its limit pretty easily. But overall, I ended up growing out of this car. You know, I kind of know everything about it now. It's nothing special. You know, I had a lot of plans on modifying and building this car out, but then when I was looking at my options here, you know, performance-wise, you can't really do much to it. And this car's not built to be that way anyway. And even the cosmetics that I was thinking about doing, like an AMG swap, all of this is not gonna necessarily benefit the car in any way besides making it look a little better. You know, so maybe upgrade the suspension, lower the car, make it, you know, a little stiffer and whatnot. But I feel like this car wasn't necessarily designed to be a sports car. But I think I want something that's a little more engaging to drive, something that's a little bit more powerful, a little more fun, and maybe something that has a little bit more space, because at the end of the day, this is still a sedan and it's more of a coupe sedan. You know, it's a little smaller than your average sedans. Because I was able to get the car for way less than a market value at the time, my trade-in value is very close to what I paid for this car. So the depreciation is like little to nothing. I've been kind of in the car game for a while, so I kind of know how to do the pricing and whatnot. Because even a new car, I'm getting it for like $5,000 less than the market value. So this whole entire transaction to upgrade or change out this car to the next car is costing me nothing. Like, it's just a straight trade, and I'm upgrading to something a lot better. The new car in its stock form is gonna outperform this car in its fully built form for the same price, and it has more potential to be pushed even further. That is what's happening with this car. I'm getting rid of it in the next few days, and I'm gonna be upgrading to another car. It's gonna be my 8th vehicle in 3 years, which is pretty gnarly. I didn't expect myself to be in and out of vehicles like that. Literally 3 years ago, I couldn't even afford a bicycle. I literally had like a little skateboard that I put together, like a penny board, and that's my only mode of transportation. I used to do Uber Eats on that thing too. I'm thankful for all the people that I met over the years, the connections that I've built that makes things possible, that, you know, allow me to have opportunities, job opportunities, and overall just hard work and dedication. I'm 24 years old and I'm on my process of getting my 8th vehicle. Not that I have 8 vehicles all at once, but 8th purchase of a vehicle. I know I blabbered on for a while in this video, and hopefully you guys stuck around till the end. But yeah, that is my review on the Mercedes A220 4MATIC, which is all-wheel drive, if you guys don't know. It's a pretty solid car, and if anyone is in the market for a daily, something luxurious, but you know, has a tight budget, you can probably still get an A220, like a 2019 model, around 30,000-40,000 miles for around 26-ish maybe, because the price of the car did, you know, go down a little bit over the year. So yeah, I still think it's a great bargain and a great value even in this current time period. Hopefully I can put you guys onto something. You know, there's a lot of people who dislike this car because it's kind of like a fake Mercedes, but honestly, it's pretty nice, even though it's a base model. And with that being said, make sure to drop a like and a comment below. Make sure to join the giveaway, link in the description below for everything. We have new merchandise and everything as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.